hey, if you like me and you like to network online and offline, and you have the same passion for both, the passion is to meet people and to help people, the best way to make sure that it's really work is to have a proven follow-up system and an effective follow-up system. So whatever you meet people at the live events like what I'm doing today, well, you meet people, the only thing is you don't try to sell anything. You're not here to sell, you're here to introduce yourself, you're here to ask them people about them because they like to tell their story, and also you're here to ask them how you can help them. And remember, when you try to help them, it doesn't have to be related to your business necessarily. It can be like a resources that they're looking for, it can be a program that they're looking for, anything that they said in the conversation, you should try to see how you could already help them. And then they will see that you care. And so the next day when you send them an email to remind who you are and what you do and how you can help them, you remind them about the conversation. So once again, you didn't sell anything during the events, and you didn't sell anything when you send your email, but you're just here to introduce yourself and for people to understand that you're definitely here. The best way to have a follow-up system that really works is when you meet people, either online or offline, it works the same way, is to make sure that at the end of a conversation or at the end of an email, you put the call to action. You tell to people exactly what's the next step, what you want them to do. And usually the best way to bring them from the events or from your fan page book or from your LinkedIn profile is to actually bring them to your newsletter, to bring them to your mailing list. So the best way to do that, because of course if you just say, please come to my website and sign up for my newsletter, they don't really care. So what you want to say when you meet them is to let them know that you can help them even more. If they go to your website, you have like a free offer. It could be a free CD, free report, it could be like a free consultation, but something for them. You remember the what's in it for me? So you want to give them something to make sure that they will come to your newsletter, because that will be the best way to follow up with them on a regular basis, even years from now. Even if you don't meet them once a week or once a month, or even if you see them only once a year, but at least being on your mailing list, they will be able to see what you do. They will see your messages, they will see the updates on your website, on your business. You will send them valuable information, you send them tips, you send them articles. And once again, it's not about you, it's about them. So every information that you give them on your newsletter will help them to grow the business, will help them with the service that you provide. And being on your newsletter and seeing your name on a regular basis, once a week or once a month, depending when you send the newsletter, at some point, even if they don't read it every week or every month, at some point they will see your name over and over and over, and that's what you want to do, because you want for them to make sure that the day they will be ready to use your service, they will definitely contact you and they won't contact your competitors. So make sure that when you meet people live, you tell them about the free offer that you can have. So you bring them to your website, and same thing when you send them an email. Now, the question that I have very often is how I introduce myself when I go to a networking event. Well, the purpose is to really introduce yourself, but don't say too much. The best way is actually to ask questions to other people. You say your name, you say what your business is, but don't try to keep the conversation for 5 or 10 minutes on what are the benefits of your program, of your system, or your service. You want to engage the conversation with people, and you will learn a lot more if you ask them questions than if you tell them your whole story. You don't care, people really don't care what you do, they care about what you can do to help them. So if you ask them questions, and then with the conversation that you have, you try to help them, and so you see how you can help them right away, that will be much easier. So don't even try to say too much about you. Make sure that you have your elevator pitch, you 60 seconds ready, and people will understand that very clearly exactly what you do. Like my elevator pitch is, I help solo entrepreneurs to network like pro, teaching them high effective follow-up system to maximize their online and offline networking result and social media results. So it doesn't say long, it doesn't say too much, but at least you know what I do. You know that I work with solo entrepreneurs. This is my target market. You know that I help people in business, and you know that I work in networking and social media. So I don't need to tell anything else. to people when I meet them. That's it. I don't try to tell my whole story. I don't try to explain that my service is the best or my program is the best. I just ask questions to people. When they heard that I'm in networking, sometimes they ask me questions. So they say, how should I network? Or what would be the best? What would you say? What would you do? So I just handle them. Like, it's like free consultation, quite right on the spot. And then at the end, I ask them questions about them and how I can help them with the business. I ask what they do, what kind of resource they're looking for, what will be the best referral for them, and that will be the best way to help people when you go to a networking event. The best networker are the people who listen, not the people who are talking. So make sure that you're one of the ones who ask the question to others instead of telling your whole story, and definitely don't try to keep the conversation for like 5 or 10 minutes just to tell your story over and over and over. I hear that each time I go to an event, there are some people who try to sell me something, and actually they don't even check at first if I'm at the right target market for them. They just give their speech to anybody in the room and just expecting that someone will eventually be interested in what they do and will buy the product. But that's really not the way you want to do it. Because whatever you do in networking, online and offline, you want to be in touch with people who are your target market. The purpose is not to talk to 100 people a day, it's to talk to eventually only 2 or 3 people a day, but the people that you're sure that something will happen with those people. So of course it won't happen overnight because, you know, networking takes time. But if you know how to follow up with those right people, you know that at some point they will be able to give you referrals, they will be able to give you, to help you in your business also. You will be able to do a joint venture or something like that. And that's the same thing with people that you meet online. I do a lot of joint venture with people that I never met in person, but we do a lot of business together. So remember, when you go to an event and when you finish an email, when you send a message to people, in order to bring them to your newsletter, to your mailing list, make sure that you have the right call to action to let them know exactly what to do and what to do. When I meet people and when I contact them through social media, and my call to action for you today is actually, if you want me to help you more with networking or social media strategy, just go to theconnectionqueen.com to make sure to download my free networking kit. You will get a 60-minute audio called Networking Made Easy, and you will get my free e-course called 15 Ways to Maximize Your Networking Results. In order to do that, you just go to theconnectionqueen.com, and then we will be in touch on a regular basis, and we will be able to follow up with each other. And I hope that with all the information that I will give you, the articles and the tips and the video like this one that you will receive directly in your email, that will be able to help you to grow your business and make sure that you meet other people, and that make sure, the most important thing, the way that I want to help you is make sure that when you meet contact at live events or when you meet people on social media, there's something coming. You turn all of those contacts into potential clients or potential prospects, but you don't stay with a pile of business cards and don't do nothing with that, because definitely networking is working when you work it well. So make sure to go to theconnectionqueen.com, download my free networking kits, and I hope you will be able to send me messages and feedback on how all those tips help you in your business. I see you soon.